Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Before we start, I would like to request everyone if we can just take chairs around and sit here. I don't want anyone just so far, please. Yeah, on the chair, please. On the chair, please. Yeah. Arey yaar, you can put it on your lap. You won't get anything to note down. Don't worry. Don't Prabhu. Okay. Everyone starts. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. O my Lord, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jaya mudirahe. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning. Actually, Vyasadev, the author. Nastya prayesu abhadreshu nitya bhagavata sevaya bhagavate uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki. My regular attendance in the classes of Bhagavatam and my rendering of service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. And in loving service unto the personality of Godhead is established as an irrevocable fact. ज्ञानितिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जना शलाकया चक्षुरुमिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. I was born in the darkness of ignorance. My spiritual master opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayate girim yat kripataham aham vande Shri Guru Dinataranam. Respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master of the fallen souls, by the eloquent speakers and unless cross the mountains. Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 25, from text 19 to 25. Krishna, you want to start?
Text 19. Having said this, Lord Krishna, who is Vishnu himself, picked up Govardhan hill with one hand and held it along just as easily as a child holds up a mushroom.
The Lord then addressed the cowherd community. O mother, O father, O residents of Raj, if you wish, you may now come under this hill with your cows.
You should have no fear that this mountain will fall from my hand, and don't be afraid of the wind and rain. For you, for your deliverance from these applications has already been arranged.
Their minds thus pacified by Lord Krishna, they all entered beneath the hill, where they found ample room for themselves and all their cows, wagons, servants, and priests, and for all other members of the community as well.
Lord Krishna, forgetting hunger and thirst and putting aside all considerations of further pleasure, stood there holding up the fields for 7 days as the people of Raja gazed upon him.
When Indra observed his exhibition of Lord Krishna's mystic power, he became most astonished. Pulled down from his platform of false pride and his intentions thwarted, he ordered his clouds to desist.
Next to be far, seeing that the fierce wind and rain had no now the sky had become clear of rain, and the sun had risen. Lord Krishna, the victor of Govardhan, spoke to the cowherd coming as follows.
We'll be focusing on verse 23. Is that? Shutridvyatham sukapeksham hitva te vrajavasibhi vikshamano dadharadrim saptaham nachalat padat Shutridvatham sukapeksham hitva te vrajavasibhi vikshamano dadharadrim
Saptaham nachalat padat.
saptaham nachalat padat Shutridvyadam sukapeksham hitva te vrajavasibhi vikshamano dadaradrim
Saptaham nachalat padat.
saptaham nachalat padat Nantam sukapeksham hitva te vrajavasibhi vikshamano dadaradrim saptaham nachalat padat. Everyone do? Shutradvyatham sukapeksham hitva tervajavasibhi vikshmano dadaradrim papam nachalat padat. It's okay. Synonyms all together, please. Shut, of hunger. heat and thirst, yatam, the pain, sukha, of personal happiness, apeksha, all consideration, hitva, putting aside, te, by them, vrajavasivihi, the residents of Vraja, vikshyamana, being lands upon Dadar, he held, Adrim, the mountain, Saptaham, for 7 days, Nachalat, he did not move, Padat, from that place. Translation altogether. Lord Krishna, forgetting hunger and thirst and putting aside all consideration of personal pleasure, stood there holding up the hill for 7 days as the people of Raj gazed upon him. According to the Vishnu Puran. Are we going together? Rajai ka vasibir harsa vishmit ka shir nirikshita gopa gopi janeriste priti vispa vrityekshanae samspyugmana charita Krishna salim adharayat. Lord Krishna held up the mountain while his praises were chanted by the residents of Braj, all of whom now had the opportunity to dwell together with him and who glanced at him with joyful and amazed eyes. Thus, the cowherd men and women were all elated, and out of loving affection, they opened their eyes wide. By continuously drinking the nectar of the beauty and sweetness of Sri Krishna, the residents of Vrindavan felt no hunger, thirst, or fatigue. And Lord Krishna, by seeing their beautiful forms, also forgot about eating, drinking, and sleeping. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur points out that 7 days of continuous rain from Sanvartaka clouds failed to flood the district of Mathura because the Supreme Lord, simply by his potency, immediately dried up the water as it fell to the ground. Thus, Krishna lifting up Govardhan Hill is full of fascinating details and has for thousands of years remained one of his most famous pastimes. Right. Srila Prabhupada disciple or Srila Prabhupada? Both disciple. Srila Prabhupada and the Srila Prabhupada disciple ki jai. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ti Namine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna everyone. I hope you had a good morning and I would like to thank for this opportunity to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. I would like to seek everyone's blessing. May I speak the right words at the right time, and may I help everyone to come closer to Krishna. And I would like to thank everyone to have given this chance to speak on Bhagavatam, and thank you for your presence. Um, Before we go deeper into this pastime, I would like everyone, if you don't have your notes, you can take out your phone. We'll take 2 minutes, and for that 2 minutes, 30 seconds you will take to write what you felt. And for 1.5 minutes, I want you to just think of Krishna, just Krishna. You can close your eyes, and for later 30 seconds, you can write about it. Now we can begin writing what we felt, what we thought of Krishna. Okay. Is that enough, or do we need more time? More time? Well, this has nothing to do with the class that I'm about to give, but it's just I wanted to set the mood, kind of. Okay, time up. Let's come all together now. Okay, Hare Krishna. So, as we read, Krishna is lifting Govardhan hill, and he's inviting all the Brajvasis. This class, I wanted to deliver more in a story kind of format. So I want to dive deeper in the past time, what's happening, how the Govardhan came in Krishna's hand, and how the Brajvasis are feeling. So diving right away. So what's happening is Indra called the Samrataka clouds and is having devastatedly, like, all over Mathura there is flood. Noticing this, all the Rajvasis are running towards the forest, towards Govardhan, and hiding in the cave, seeking shelter in the crevices, in the forest, in the big trees. Seeing this happening, Krishna runs swiftly towards Govardhan, and in within no time he caught with the devotees of the Rajvasis. Um, Now, without wasting any further time, Krishna notices that everyone is distressed. And seeing Krishna, everyone came together around Krishna as if, like, harassed citizens coming towards their heroic king. Krishna noticed their distress, and without wasting time, he at once ran quickly into the cave of Govardhan. But before going in the cave, he at once glanced towards his parents, assuring that he is going to be safe. Do not fear, do not worry. So he is running deep into the cave, and he quickly leaves the Govardhan as if, like, lifting the baby calf. Like, he is like with two hands. And the residents were like shocked seeing Govardhan coming up in the air. And they are noticing that Krishna is in the center of the Govardhan hill beneath the Govardhan. And the residents are, yes, residents are seeing Krishna and they are like amazed, like, how is this happening? And they are seeing Krishna, as you can see here, Krishna with his left hand. At first, the Govardhan hill is on his hand. With his left hand, he's uh, taking up the Govardhan. His right hand is on his hips, as you can see, and his right leg is crossing his left leg. It's kind of like a threefold position. And at once he leaves the Govardhan and he calls everyone, rest assured, is safe. Come, hurry, take shelter. Seeing Yashoda Maya seeing Krishna at anxiety is like, you know, telling everyone, please do not go in. Seeing you all, Krishna might go in ecstasy and he will drop the mountain. But Krishna, irritated by mother's word, he overcharges her sentence and say, please do not listen to Maya. Jai, jai, jai. At once he overcharges Yasoda Maya's words and he tells everyone, please do not listen to Maya. I'm completely safe. Please come inside. Please take shelter. Hearing Krishna's word, Krishna speaking, Radharani approaches inside. And Radharani and Krishna's eyes meet, and because of their loving glance exchanges, Krishna shook a little bit. And because of that, the Govardhan was also like shaking. And seeing that, the Vrajvasis were like, okay, yes, Mother Yashoda is right, we should not go. But Krishna somehow again says, please, um, Govardhan is safe. It's not like that. You should come inside. And to bring everyone in, he with his left hand, he fully raises his left hand. It was like this, right? He lifts his left hand, like the elephant Gajendra, lifting his tongue to offer the lotus flower. He's lifting his hand like this. Because at first it was like this, and then and this, and he picks the mountain from his palm to his pinky finger, like this, assuring that Govardhan is um like safe, and because of this motion, Govardhan makes a tumultuous sound, that goes in all direction across universes, and it signifies laughing of Govardhan towards Indra's war machine. So this happens, and when everybody saw that Krishna is lifting through his pinky finger, everybody was like, okay, Krishna has got control, and everybody goes in. While going in, they are shocked by the underworld, like what's it called, heavenly kingdom kind of scenario is there. There are stairs, like bedecked with gems, it is mentioned, and there is like mosaic of gems, unseen and uncommon, ever seen before, and it's like velvety and soft to touch. Can you imagine gems velvety and soft to touch? And there is like silky grass all around for cows to feed on, and there is like ponds of water, and there is like structures made on the earth, like that of couch and that of chairs and stuff like that for people to rest on. And the whole cave inside, the basin inside, is bedecked with gems, which has like a glistening soft glow. It is compared to the glow of lights that is coming from the uh, palace of Lord Vishnu in Vaikuntha. Can you imagine, like the gems are glowing so soft, and like it's just, the environment is like very pleasant and very comforting. Seeing this, the Brajvasis, they brought all their belongings, their possessions, their carts full of like grains, vessels, their cows, and they move in. They move in towards the center of Krishna, where Krishna was, you know, was like a pillar, and they surrounded Krishna, and everybody is like facing Krishna, and it is mentioned that the while everybody surrounded Krishna, they own had their exchanges as if Krishna was looking to them directly. So even if you are behind them, like you feel like Krishna is still looking at you. So these are the mentions of like how the exchanges were. So now what happens is like there is like community of cowherd, right? So there is like men, women, children, cows. So the men at once they left their cows on the perimeter to grass, and to they leave the cow on the perimeter. The cowherd men mix with the brahmana, and they are chanting and reciting mantras for the protection of everyone. And and the women, they are with their daughters, holding them like, and all the sakhas of Krishna are surrounding Krishna, and along with Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, Rohini, and Balaram. So this is the scenario. You might see it here. Yes, Balaram is here, Mother Rohini, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, and all the Bhagavad Sakhas are like surrounding Krishna. So that is kind of the mood. And seeing this, seeing Krishna, lifting the Govardhan hill, Mother Yashoda is drowning in the perspiration of her own sweat, like of her own perspiration. Her cloth is like drowning in perspiration because seeing Krishna in that state. and she tries to tell Krishna that, are you okay, are you feeling fine, how are you able to live this? And Krishna is seeing everybody is distressed, everybody is feeling worried for Krishna, because that's the love of that's the mood of Rajvasi, right? They don't see him as God, they see him as their own child, own son, own daughter, own friend. So they are worried for Krishna, and being worried, then they are seeing Krishna, seeing this, Krishna tries to relieve everybody's distress. What he does is he is engaging in funny conversations. He's making stupid faces. He's trying to play his flute. Everybody, he's trying to make everyone comfort, but he's then lovingly says sweet words, exchanges words with everyone, and to that he adds the glorification of Giriraj Maharaj. He said, "Oh Father, oh Mother," in a dramatic way, in a funny way, trying to make everyone comfortable. He says, "Oh Father, oh Mother, oh Brajvasis," like that. It's mentioned in the description of these verses. And he's saying, "Do not worry, Giriraj is not a mountain, he is a transcendentalist. He is merely resting on my fingers like a butterfly. Otherwise, how would a mere child like me would be able to live Giriraj? I am just playing as an instrument as per his will. So do not fear, do not worry." So that is the mood, that is that is the setup of um, the Govardhan pastime. Now, moving forward, there is a lot to say, so I forgot. Let me try to remember what happens next. Um, Yashoda happened. Okay, yeah. Now the everybody is gazing Krishna, right? Everybody is having these loving exchanges, and Krishna is gazing at everyone respectively to their own individual relationship. So you understand, there are like millions of cowherd boys and cowherd sakas, but Krishna is looking at everyone according to their own individual relationship, and everybody feels like, oh, Krishna is like glancing at me alone. So everybody is just like stuck. Their vision, their mind and their heart is just like stuck on Krishna, and their love is ever increasing, seeing Krishna. So it is said that before this, it never happened that the all the Vrajvasis, and it will never happen that all the Vrajvasis were able to look at Krishna 24/7, literally 24/7. And why is the love, that loving mood is like ever increasing during this pastime? Why is that happening? It's like Giriraj is a devotee, right? He is considered to be the devotee, even though like he is Krishna himself, but his mood is of that of a devotee, of a loving service mood attitude, right? And being under Giriraj, everybody's mood is amplified because of the presence of Giriraj. And because of that, their mood towards Krishna is of like loving service, of devotion, like, and it's increasing. So that's Giriraj. Now, when they came towards the center, they forgot what's happening outside. There is terrible thunder, terrible rain, wind blowing by. Why is that happening? The color of Krishna's body is same as the colors of the devastating clouds outside. But the Krishna's body is so comforting to the Brajvasis, they forgot that how distressful the look of the clouds outside was. Krishna's words were of the same tone as that of a thunder outside. But Krishna's word is very pleasing. The tenure of Krishna's sound is very pleasing. But that of the thunder is very like terrifying, horrifying. But they forgot because Krishna's speaking. And it is mentioned that Krishna's dhoti is similar to that of the flashes of thunder, yellow flashes, right? But that dhoti is signifying comfort, safety. But the thunder outside is signaling that distress, like alarming situation. So because of Krishna's form, everybody is forgetting what's happening outside. And it mentioned that the rain is pouring heavily, like columns of pain, like columns, like when a drop falls one after another, it's like it goes like this, but it's pouring so heavily that it's like continuous water flowing, like it's like a waterfall, and it's like so heavy because it's falling from right. But because of Krishna's touch to Govardhan, Govardhan becomes very ecstatic. And this distressful situation, Govardhan is feeling like, someone tickling him. And all the animals, insects on the Govardhan, they are also not feeling anything because of Krishna's presence. And the water flowing from the Govardhan is appearing like a string of pearls falling from the sides. So can you imagine, like, devastating rainfall? It's like converting in this such beauty. So the mention of here, you can see a little structure beneath Krishna, that is of the same height of an average gopa. And Krishna is also of a medium tenure. You can see how little he is. So he is standing above him, and the base, from the touch of Krishna to the what's it called? If someone can help me, under the Govardhan, its mention is like one tala tree. So if you convert that, it's like 27 meters. So you can imagine like the height from the base, from where the Brajvasis are standing, to the height of the cavity of the Govardhan is like 27 meters. So there is plenty of room. It's not like, staying in a dungeon. It's full of breeze, and the breeze in is mentioned, it smells like kadamba flower mixed with sandalwood. So it's like, relieving everyone from stress and creating environments, like such a pleasant environment that everybody is just engaged in loving, uh, glancing towards Krishna, and everybody is forgetting their what's happening outside. Further, the topic that Munil Prabhu gave me, like, is to mention how the Brajvasis are feeling for 7 days. So diving a little deeper in that, um, while Krishna is standing there, all the Brajvasis, uh, the men of the community, are talking about how Indra is so, like ignorant, that he is envious of a little kid, and he is doing such a terrible job. He's criticizing Indra, and they are saying like, we were worshipping Indra for unknown generations, and just for one day we didn't do, and he's acting like this. All the demigods might be hanging their heads through shame because their leaders is acting like this. So this is the elders talking. What are the gopis thinking? Gopis have only one, relation, only one topic, only one subject matter, that is Krishna. Gopis are involved in, like, loving glancing towards Krishna. And in a community, if a girl is looking at a boy, she's, you know um, claimed unchaste. But this was the opportunity for everyone to look at Krishna without any societal restrictions. So you can imagine how happy all the gopis would be. So everybody is looking at Krishna, trying to glorify his form. They are glorifying the details, and it is said that it was the milestones of everybody's appreciation towards Krishna, because this was the first time when Krishna stood still. Otherwise, he would just roam around, causing havoc, causing havoc in the Vrindavan. So everybody just, like, noticed Krishna and was able to notice little details about Krishna, and everybody just felt ecstasy. But at the same time, everybody is still in anxiety. Why is that? Can anybody guess? Yes.
Are they scared that he's in pain, holding so heavy? Because they feel that love for him.
No, but he assured that he's just acting as a puppet in Govardhan's will, so he's okay. Yes. Are they afraid that it's going to end? Yes, kind of. Yeah. So they are in anxiety because they are not able to serve Krishna in their individual way that they used to when this was not happening. So the little kids, they want to play with Krishna. The gopis, they want Krishna to come and steal butter from their house. So they would chastise Krishna in that way, and they would just have that little reciprocation of holding Krishna and chastising him. The cowherd man wants to see Krishna gazing cows. So everybody wants to serve Krishna in their respective way, but they are not able to do. So you see, there is a way of anxiety and love constantly. um, and it is said that it is to magnify the love, to intensify the love the Brajvasis have for Krishna on unprecedented heights. So this is one of Krishna's potency. Like he wants to magnify the love of devotee the devotee has for Krishna through his unlimited pastime and potencies. And even if you see amongst ourselves, he has unlimited pastimes to your own, I don't know, to your own understanding, and it's like very individual. So that's Krishna's desire, that to magnify the love that you have for him. So moving forward, the gopis are, yeah, seeing Krishna, trying to uh, glorify his ankle bells, the way he is putting his right hand so gently, so nonchalant, lifting, and it's mentioned that his right thumb is stuck under his belt like this, and his four fingers are appearing like this. And it's like the gopis are describing Krishna in such a detail that it's like they have nothing to discuss about other than Krishna. So it's the only matter that gopis know. They are describing the jewels on Krishna's body. They are describing the three lines on Krishna's stomach above his belt. And they are describing his neck, his flowers. And there is a little dusty environment um, around his forehead, because the flowers in ecstasy and they are leaving pollen, like they are producing pollen. And because of that, Krishna is like doing like this, and everybody is thinking like, oh, Krishna is flirting with me. So it's mentioned in such beautiful way that, and only gopis are able to see this because they are so much involved in this pastime. Now, what happens during this discussion? Shyamala Sakhi and Radharani engages in a joking conversation. Shyamala Sakhi is saying to Radharani, "Oh Radharani, please stop casting your sidelong glances on Krishna with your dancing eyebrows. In ecstasy, he might, drop the mountain on us." Radharani reciprocates in the same joking manner and tells Shyamala Sakhi, "Oh, it is because of your love and passion that I am feeling this ecstasy and I'm not able to stop looking at Krishna. Please calm your passion." So this is the loving exchanges between the gopis. Hearing this, hearing Krishna's name, Krishna looks at Radharani straight. Like there is millions of gopis, right? But he was able to distinguish Radharani from those millions of gopis, and he's looking straight to Radharani, and seeing Radharani, he goes in ecstasy. And their eyes met, their eyes are connected, and Krishna is concentrated on Radharani's eyes. And now Krishna's eyes is going to Radharani's beauty, and seeing this, Krishna shakes. And because Krishna shakes, the Govardhan shakes. And everybody's like, "Oh, Krishna is feeling tired. Krishna is feeling tired. Let's put up our stick and help Krishna." But what happens is, like, when everybody puts up their stick, again Giriraj is feeling tinkling in his belly, and again this is shaking. Seeing this panic, Balaram stands up in anger. Like, why are they panicking? It's stupid. Krishna got it. Balaram has that mood. But what Krishna says, "Oh, Balaram Dauji caught me looking at Radharani." So he breaks his meditation from Radharani, and quickly his eyes meets Balaram and Krishna sighs away. And he feels shame that his elder brother, caught him doing mischief. So that is the mood that's happening. Now, among all this, there is always one kid whenever there is like function, family function or a marriage, that kid is so ecstatic, like as if it's his own marriage, right? Madhu Mangal is such a kid, such a gopa among this situation. Seeing this intense loving exchanges between the Brajvasis and Krishna, Madhu Mangal is like, okay, let me relieve Krishna of this intense, glare of Brajvasis. So he's tried to make jokes. Oh, Brajvasis, don't be assured, this Govardhan will stay up because of my mystic, unlimited potency. And he's saying such stupid things, and his words catches Yashoda Maiya's again um, ears, and she goes in anxiety, and she starts chastising Krishna again. She says, because of your foolishness, because you kill the head leader of the demons, all the demons came to Vrindavan, and now you upset the leaders of the demigods, and because of this we have to go through this. Again Madhu Mangal trying to take up the situation, he jumps in the conversation, and he says, oh queen of Vrindavan, don't be afraid. Because of my mantra and my austerity, nothing will happen, rest assured. This is Madhumangal. And Mother Yashoda got angry at like, oh, stupid kid, why are you speaking foolishly? Don't you see what's good of this mere weak child lifting the Govardhan hill? His She's like describing Krishna like he's so weak. Mother has this view of however you grow up, however strong you become, mother will see you as a weak child only. So she says that she has that mood of that Krishna is a weak child. Why are you thinking that this is for a better good? Saying this, Nanda Maharaj, as a diplomat, the diplomats have this ability to calm the situation down with properly conspired words. So Nanda Maharaj is like, Yashoda, you shouldn't be like this. The boy is trying to ease the environment, and his humor, Krishna loves his humor. Hearing Nanda Maharaj's voice, Mother Yashoda is okay, and he apologetically looks at Madhu Mangal, and that is the environment. Like for 24/7, the environment was like of that of a festival. Everybody is like dancing, singing, making prasadam, coming to prasadam. Krishna for 24/7, he's like, I'm gonna leave up my all the pleasure activities, and I'm gonna just focus on this giriraj on my hand. So he's not eating. He's not eating. So now Mother Yashoda is like, oh Krishna, you can stop playing your flute. Look at all the cows, they are fasting because you are not eating. Look at all the gopas, they won't eat unless you eat. So please stop playing your flute, please have some prasadam. Look what I have made. And it's described she has make cake, and she's saying like, look at this cake, I have put so much thick layer of a butter on it, just look. She's like tempting Krishna. Madhu Mangal again jumps in. He's saying, Krishna, Mother Yashoda is asking you to eat. You shouldn't be disrespecting elders. You should honor this prasadam. Uh, and Yashoda asked Subala to take the flute away from Krishna's hands. Subal takes the opportunity, he takes the flute and he puts with himself. And then Mother Yashoda feeds Krishna the prasadam. So, such is the festival in the heavenly kingdom that has been created by Krishna underneath the Govardhan hill. Everybody is in ecstasy. The waves of anxiety and joy is just like flourishing underneath the Govardhan. Um, that is the mood and that is the feelings of Brajvasi. They are just in ecstasy seeing Krishna 24/7. And it is said that for 24/7 they did not blink. For 24/7 they kept their eyes wide open. And because of that, the tears of ecstasy is flowing from their eyes. I'm not sure if you can see from here, but yeah, for 24/7 they are not seeing. And because this was the only chance when all the gopis can see Krishna without, any shame or fear of societal judgment, they are pulling Krishna with their mystic power through their eyes and into their heart, and having, that personal, intimate pastimes with Krishna in their heart. And Prabhupada often mentions this from Brahma Samhita, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochachena Santa Sadeva Hidayeshu Vilokayanti. Like a saintly person always sees Krishna in their heart. So that is my only lesson that I was able to took away. I have 5. Is it okay if we go 5 minutes over? I have just 5 more minutes to speak on. So you see, Krishna is giving shelter to everyone, all the Brajvasis from the calamity that is going outside. The mood of Brajvasis is that of loving exchanges, even in that, even if they are not able to serve Krishna. In this material world, coming back to the material world, in this material world, Prabhupada gave us this shelter, right? Giriraj gave us this shelter in the name of this ISKCON. We are under shelter of Krishna, and we have the ability to open this umbrella of shelter. This umbrella of shelter against Maya, and Prabhupada made it very efficient. Even if you are going somewhere, even if you are not in temple, you can still open the shelter through Harinam, right? You can take shelter of Harinam. Harinam eva kevalam. Krishna is wanting to reciprocate with your desire. Krishna is wanting to fulfill your desire only if your desire is Krishna. He is wanting to fulfill your desire only if your desire is Krishna. And being in material world, it's fully not possible to not have other desires. But we have to see if the desires is leading us to the Krishna or away from Krishna. And if you don't even see, Krishna sees that. And Krishna will only provide things or will give you benediction or boons according to your ability to come closer to him. This was the one lesson. The other lesson was Krishna is in everyone's heart. What is the first holy name offense, if someone can say? Propagation of the name of the Lord. Blaspheming the devotees. Why is that first? Because you cannot judge who is devotee. Because the devotion is from the heart, it's not an activity. You cannot judge people through their activity because the devotion is in the heart. If you are hurting or if you are blaspheming someone, Krishna knows that, and Krishna is hurt. And seeing that our bhakti goes down, we fall down because we are making an offense. So, my only prayer, only request is that try to see Krishna in everyone's heart. Try to see that Krishna is making things happen in a way you will come closer to you. If you are going through some suffering, if you have some challenging situations, see that it's Krishna's mercy and Krishna is wanting you to go through that. So and he's giving you opportunity through this, so you can go closer to Krishna. Mother Kunti is making a prayer that whatever is happening in Mahabharata, I want that to happen again and again. Why? So she can get the opportunity to go to Krishna. So, my dear devotees, this is my humble request. See what you are desiring. Try not to make offenses and try to take shelter of holy name again and again. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Yeah. If you liked anything, that is totally from the scriptures, from Acharyas. And if you didn't like anything, that's my stupidity. Any corrections, questions, please.
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for a beautiful class. As of like I heard so many classes, this is one of the best classes that I heard. So you completely took us into the Govardhan field and like show what's happening there. To experience. That's not easy. And the best thing is learning things and implementing things the way you started. That is like this a leadership you might have heard that like how exactly we have.
Oh, I actually forgot what I was going to do with that because, yeah. But it's okay. Yes, continue.
Yeah, so that is a beautiful way to start the class. And after that, uh, the way you mentioned that this class gonna be in the story format. I mean, you are setting the mode. It's not like giving like different things. You are setting the mode, saying that it's gonna be in story format. So that's a very beautiful thing. And eventually, as you said, you took us into the story, into deeper. And the best thing is saying something, looking at the book, that is okay, whatever you prepared. But I noticed that you didn't even look at your notes so many times. And you give a lot of details about how the environment, like as well as how is everything. The details that you did is actually once the person is completely into that mode, then only he can explain without saying that. So I can say instead of preparing, you felt that when you were listening to classes or how exactly you prepared, I don't know. But like you actually owned it, the entire thing. Okay, so I can see that in you, the way you're explaining without seeing whatever the point to point is very nice. And the fourth point that I observed, like you mentioned, Moni Prabhu asked me to do, give me the details of like how gopis are feeling, and you respected the other what he requested, and you mentioned, and you actually gave those details. So that is very beautiful thing that I observed there. And at the end, you said I will go out of the time. You mentioned that without like okay, everyone is listening, wait, I should mention. So that is tells your character. So it's very beautiful, Prabhu. Like so happy to hear today in the class. Thank you.
Thank you. Mataji.
I just have a reflection. Like, I mean, the entire, obviously, last time, the way you glorified was just beautiful. But if I have to relate this to my life, I feel plenty of times like I've had a horrible day at work. I'll call her and I'll say, listen, I'm going to 8 p.m. RT, but if you say no, I'll not go. And then she'll feel under pressure and say, I'll come. Meet you there. So I feel the mountain is like taking shelter, like how you were saying, he's the devotee. So it's like taking shelter of the devotee, then you get to see Krishna. So I felt that no matter how horrible the work day may be, whatever's happening in your life, but if you have a devotee, you'll say, okay, I've got madness as well. When I see the rain, I'll come for the 8 p.m. Aarti. It's fine. If she's not asking any questions, she's telling me how busy she is.
Thank you. Actually reminded me of one of my point that I wrote down in my note, but I forgot to look at that. I was going to say that we sometimes may see devotees struggling in a way we don't know. So we should always have this mood of sheltering each other, you know, trying to provide help even when not needed. Because we have this, male ego, or I don't know, female ego, if it's there or not.
Oh, yeah.
But it sometimes won't let us go, reach out for the help. So I feel like you should have this mood of seeing everyone struggling. Maybe if you even have that slightest hint, maybe you should reach out. I myself, I am unable to do this, but feel like I pray to Gopinath if I can just do this, reach out, trying to give shelter and expecting the same to give to get shelter. Yes.
I joined late, but I was watching on my phone, and it was so exciting because I was taking a shower, listening, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds awesome!" I have to go. I was going to the sink, and then I was like, "Oh, that sounds awesome!" And I was laughing and giggling in between. So you could create that cinematic mood, even for those watching online. I just wanted you to know that it was very beautiful. You were mentioning Madhumana, I was like, "I'm like, glance and then the exchanges between Prajvasis and Krishna. Very beautifully put together. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
This is one of the best class that I've heard on Govardhan past time. And I want to appreciate how you were preparing for your class. Like he was listening, I've seen through your you started listening more, and you were listening, and that is reflected on how you shared. So it also signifies how if we can just listen, just keep our ears open and just listen for
Yeah.
as much as you can, and then you'll be able to share also. So beautiful too. And we all must have heard this golden pastime many, many times, We have been hearing about this from childhood. But today, when I was hearing, I was feeling this. new, feeling that I've never heard this. What is this? What is happening next? I was having this curiosity, constant curiosity, and it was very beautiful. And it also shows that how Krishna's pastimes are ever fresh. Like how many times you hear, it's always new. We just have to uh, not develop this mindset that, oh, I already know this one.
Mhm.
It's always new. So thank you for this.
Thank you for the opportunity, and it was just from all the acharyas that I collected. And I did not even speak anything of mine. It was just from all the acharyas, Indrandumna Swami Maharaj, Amrendra Prabhu, Sivaram Swami Maharaj, all these acharyas, Prabhupada, yeah, everything from there. Yeah, I think we are way about time. Maybe is it okay if we go over breakfast table, or is it okay if we go on, or however everyone feels?
I have to go to work, so you guys can.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Can go, and whoever wants to stay can stay.
Yeah.
Take, like whoever wants to tell about.
Okay, two more reflections, and that's all.
One
Yeah.
lady said, no, if anybody has something, but I think that's okay. I think that's
Okay, the class was very beautiful as everyone was saying that you described all tales. I would love it Krishna's little form now. His anklets, the jewelry he was mentioning, the way he's putting his thumb and the flute and Madhushoda feeding him. I was in awe and for the whole time, like that was so beautiful. I'm gonna go up now and see Gopinath again, like the way you said it. So it really helped me to see Krishna in that form. It was very beautifully described, and the way you summarized it in the end, that was the. I was like, what is the lesson that we can take from this? And then you summarized it very well. So thank you so much. I was in Govardhan. I didn't know the story, the whole story. I only knew that he lifted the Govardhan, but I never read it. But it was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Do we have any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Okay, so I think you can tell me afterwards. Yeah. Um, I would just like to finish this prayer. You can repeat after me. Namaste Girirajaya Govardhana Namine Asise Kleshanasaya Paramananda Daine Shri Giriraj Govardhan ki Krishna's pastime की शिल प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि